In today's video, I'm gonna recap you the story of a woman grieving over the loss of her husband. But everything turns dark when she discovers that her husband may not be the person she thought he was. So sit back and get comfortable, because in this video, I'm going to tell you the story of...
Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap the movie.
Beth is an elementary school teacher who has just lost her husband, Owen, after he went to the lake and shot himself on a boat. Devastated, she spends her nights drinking, going through her husband's belongings, and watching their wedding video. She can't even sleep well, missing his presence. One night, someone knocks on Beth's door. Startled, she goes downstairs to see who it is but finds no one. However, a presence moves the door. The next day, as she's about to leave for work, she finds footprints near her house coming from the lake.
Suspicious.
She also hears a gunshot. Beth goes to the school where she works and meets her friend Claire, who is worried about her. Beth tries to appear stable and in control. However, while looking for houses to move to, she falls asleep and, upon waking, realizes she was searching for guns. When she returns home, she meets her neighbor, Mel. She notices the footprints on the dock are gone and asks Mel if he heard gunshots that morning. He says he didn't hear anything and offers to help if she hears anything else. Later, Beth continues drinking and watching her husband's videos. Tired of being in this state, she decides to pack away all of his belongings. While doing so, she finds a book with strange blueprints of the house, but inverted, and notes that Beth can't understand.
What is that supposed to mean?
She doesn't give it much thought and puts the book away. That night, as she tries to sleep, the music player turns on by itself. She receives a strange message from Owen, asking her to come downstairs. Scared, Beth asks who it is. The person responds, telling her not to be afraid, and at that moment, the music stops. Beth calls out, and through the static, she hears Owen's voice saying, "I know you can."
Can't hear you.
He asks her to look out the window, and when she does, Beth sees Owen standing naked by the lake.
Good grief, he's naked!
But it all seems like a nightmare. When she wakes up, she realizes she fell asleep crying in the bathroom. Checking her phone, she sees that Owen didn't send her anything. To be sure, she checks Owen's phone and finds a photo of a woman who looks very much like her. Beth shows it to Claire, believing Owen might have cheated on her, though Claire thinks the woman in the photo is Beth. To distract her, Claire invites her to have drinks with some friends. Beth agrees, and after drinking too much, she confesses that there's a ghostly presence in her house haunting her. She also mentions her sudden sleepwalking. Though Claire tries to steer the conversation away, the others start asking about her husband and whether he left a note before he died. Beth says he did. Not only that, but she carries it with her.
But why?
The note reads, "You were right. There's nothing. Nothing is after you. You're safe now."
That's it?
That's it.
Beth has no idea what it means and is frustrated that she thought she knew her husband, but apparently didn't. Seeing how drunk her friend is, Claire walks her home and offers to stay so she won't be alone. Beth refuses and admits she lied when she said she didn't know what the note meant. She tells Claire that when she was 17, she was in a car accident that killed her for 4 minutes. When people found out, they asked her what was on the other side. She said she didn't remember, but she told Owen the truth. There was nothing. Owen always disagreed with her and almost convinced her there was something before he died. Beth thinks the note refers to the fact that she saw nothing when she died. However, she doesn't understand the part about being safe. Claire stays until Beth falls asleep. Later, the presence appears again and tells Beth to go to the door. Angry, she goes out, challenging the presence. She grabs a flashlight and goes outside to see if anyone's there. Near the lake, she finds some girls jumping into the water. And across the lake, a house. The voice tells her to get in the boat. She goes to check the boat, and it's full of blood. The footprints reappear on the dock. She asks the presence if it's Owen, and requests a sign to know if he's there. The presence approaches, caresses her, then knocks her out and takes her to the boat. The boat takes her to the house she saw in the distance, which is an inverted replica of her own home. The presence tells her she's dreaming. Beth sees several women with Owen in the house. When she tries to enter, she finds herself back in her own house, where it's already daytime, and she sees herself sleeping. At that moment, she wakes up. After this, Beth checks Owen's laptop and realizes the photo on his phone was indeed of another woman. And there are photos of several other women on his laptop.
You disgust me.
Beth crosses the lake again to see if the house is still there, but she finds nothing. She runs into Mel and tells him she's looking for a house. He says there's no house around.
No houses out here, it's all county forest land. Can't build on it.
I don't believe you.
Beth keeps walking and finds the house, but this time it's unfinished, abandoned, and empty. While investigating, she finds a strange statue. She runs to Mel's house to confront him, asking why he didn't tell her about the house. He insists he's never seen a house. However, he once saw Owen wandering in the woods with a woman. Later, Owen showed up at his house drunk and covered in mud, begging him not to tell Beth anything. Owen told Mel he'd done immoral things and was struggling to contain something. Mel never knew how to tell Beth, so he chose to say nothing. Furious and determined to find out what her husband was involved in, Beth keeps searching through his things and finds books on occultism. In one of those books, she finds a drawing of the statue she saw, a doll called the Louvre doll. It's used to trap or deceive evil forces. In the books, she finds the bookstore where Owen bought them. At that moment, she hears the presence moving around her house. When she checks, she sees it moving.
Guys, I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Beth goes to the bookstore to see if Owen bought other similar books. While there, she finds the girl from the photo, Madeline. She confronts her, saying she's the wife of the man Madeline slept with, but Madeline assures her she didn't sleep with Owen.
I didn't sleep with him. Honestly, I barely knew him.
After this, Beth goes to Claire's house and tells her everything that's happened. Concerned, Claire asks Beth to stop going through Owen's things and let him go. To clear her mind, Claire suggests Beth stay away from the lake for a few days. Beth agrees and returns home to pack. At her house, she tells the presence she's leaving and asks it to say or do something before she goes. At that moment, Madeline knocks on her door. Madeline tells Beth she came because she had a strange dream where she was Beth. She also says Owen once invited her to the inverted house and asked her to touch a voodoo doll, but he seemed sad when he asked. Madeline kissed him, but Owen tried to strangle her. She begged him to stop, and he did. He then took her back to her house, apologizing. Owen told her none of this was her fault, that he thought he could control it, but everything had spiraled out of control. In the end, he said he knew how to stop it. Madeline thinks he meant stopping his affairs, but Beth suspects it might mean something else. So, she gets drunk again and crosses the lake to visit the inverted house. She asks the presence to appear, but nothing happens. At that moment, Beth finds the bodies of the women Owen photographed under the house. Terrified, she returns home and leaves a voicemail for Claire, saying she was right and shouldn't have dug deeper. While showering, the presence appears again. Not understanding what's happening, Beth breaks down crying and begs Owen to come back.
I miss you so much.
The presence writes that it's close. Beth starts to feel it and embraces it, thinking it's Owen. But it's not Owen.
I'm not Owen.
The entity locks her in the bathroom. showing her a vision of Owen killing women who looked like her. Beth tries to escape, but the entity grabs her and hits her, showing more visions of Owen. The entity reveals itself to Beth as nothing.
What?
The same nothingness she saw when she died. Because Beth was revived, the entity became obsessed with her and asked Owen to kill her.
Evidence here, over and over, to send you back.
Refusing to do so, Owen tried to deceive the entity by building a house like theirs, using the doll to trick it somehow, and killing women who looked like Beth to keep the entity away from his wife. Owen managed to fool the entity for a while, but it eventually realized the truth. Beth tries to escape, but the entity tells her not to resist and poses her like the statue. The next day, Claire goes to Beth's house and doesn't find her. The entity has Beth in its dimension, where it shows her that Owen shot himself thinking it would stop the entity, but he was wrong. Claire notices the gun Owen used to kill himself is missing and finds Beth in the boat with the gun. The entity manipulates her to do the same as her husband, but she resists. Claire jumps into the lake to stop her friend from doing something drastic and brings her back to the dock. Beth sees the entity's silhouette in the woods. Mel tells her there's nothing there. Beth replies,
I know.
And that's how the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror stories. See you next time.